Hey everyone, I am making dinner because we have, some of you know we do an annual father-son camping event here twice a year. So it's today, so I have to cook for a bunch of boys. So I'm making my white chicken chili, and I figured why not go live and show you guys how to make it, because I have so many people who ask me all the time how to do it. So hi Katie. So we're making white chicken chili. Okay, so I have my pan warming up here with some olive oil in it, and I'm gonna cut my onion up and I'm gonna chop it up. So this is I'm just doing a whole onion because I'm making this whole pot. Like, this pot's gonna be full, and I often make, you know, 2 of those for this group. And behind that, in the Dutch oven, I have meatballs. So we're doing meatball subs and chicken chili, white chicken chili. White chicken chili is my absolute favorite. I could eat it for every single meal. No, maybe not every meal, but you know what I'm saying. It's my favorite. So I cut it in half, and then I'm kind of going to just quarter it. I also have my garlic here. We're garlic lovers. So that's like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cloves of garlic. I'm really missing cooking so much. Yeah, make your husband cook. No, he that's my only job for this, is to cook for them. I tell him every year, I'm like, you know what, you're gonna do this yourself next year. You guys, you want to do the whole man thing, then you can do the whole man thing out there and cook for yourselves out in the woods. And every year I end up cooking for him anyway. So but I don't mind. He does the breakfast over the fire. He does like the camp eggs when you know, on the cast iron or whatever. So it's all good. And for the most part, nobody's in the house. Like, they're all outside doing stuff all, you know, all weekend long. So, including all my boys, my 5 boys. So, it's not really that bad a deal for me because I get the house to myself. Usually my friend comes over and we just hang out because she has, you know, she has a bunch of boys that come too. But she's not coming. Anyway, so I have it quartered, put it in the manual food processor. I put the garlic right in there too, if you saw that in the bottom. Is that on right? Yep. Now we're just going to unlock the lid and we're going to just chop it away. Yes, girl time. Yeah. Although she does like to go out to the campfire sometimes too. If you don't like chopping onions, this is the best way to do it. I mean, and really, who does like chopping onions? Like, nobody. I kind of pop it down there once or twice. Now I'm just going to throw this in the pan here to saute a little bit, get kind of soft. Take the blade out. See how nice that chopped it up and how fast it was? Remember, the garlic is in here too. Now, if I only had a little bit of garlic, I would have probably used the garlic press, because then you don't even have to peel the cloves, you just throw them in there. But as you saw, I have like, what, 9 cloves? So we're just going to saute these up. Now, if I were doing raw, like if I were making this with raw chicken, I would also have the chicken. I would cube the chicken and I would put it in there after the onions. The onions getting me a little bit. And I would cook that up a little, like brown it. Unless I'm putting it in the crock pot. If I'm making this in the crock, it's a very versatile dish. If I'm making it in the crock pot, then I just throw everything in there and I put the chicken in raw and it cooks. Oh, you have to turn that down a little bit. You guys can probably hear the TV in the background better than me. So, oh, you broke your arm? Oh no, that's terrible. Was it on the job? Oh, that stinks because you do love cooking. I just put my face right over this like a dummy, so now it's like got onion right in my eyes. So those are cooking. As they're cooking, I'm gonna open these things up. So I got a jar of salsa. Now, if you're making a smaller batch, you probably wouldn't use this much. Yeah, at work. Oh, that's terrible. So we have a jar of salsa. It's technically white chili, but I use black beans too, because we love black beans. But you can use, you know, I just use a mix of beans. So I have the Great Northern. It's a giant can of it, right? I have the cannelli beans. Sometimes I use the navy beans, but they didn't have any. And then you're going to have, I throw this in if I have it. If I don't have it, I don't put it in. And a can of the diced green chilies. Now, if you like a little heat to your chili, then you're going to want to add like a jalapeno. Throw the jalapeno in with your onions and garlic as they're cooking and cook that up too. Or if you make it in the crock pot, you know, throw it all in there. I think I just went all the way around here. this is our wonderful can opener. If you don't have one yet, you need one. You guys have heard me tell the story before how when I first got one I had no clue how to use it. And my friend had to show me how to use it when she was over. I'm gonna try to make this. Oh yeah, you have everything. Good. Yes, it's so easy. So I usually make it with a rotisserie chicken. Like a pre-cooked, you know, one you get at the grocery store, ready for dinner. It's good either way. I just, you know, and if you're like, you know, anti-canned stuff, then of course, you know, you can make this with your dry beans, cook up your dry beans in your pressure cooker or whatever, but ain't nobody got time for that here. Seriously, I tried doing the dry beans once, and I soaked them. I didn't have a pressure cooker, and I soaked them, I think it was like 2 solid days, and they still were not soft. And I was like, forget that, I'm never doing that again. Maybe it'd be different with the quick cooker now, I don't know, probably. Oops, we gotta stir this a little bit. Now these are getting pretty soft, kind of ready to go, so I'm just getting my cans opened up and ready to go here. There we go. Now the great thing about this can opener is you can't cut yourself on these edges when you use this can opener. So these are ready. So I'm going to take my jar of salsa and just dump it in. The whole thing, like I said, if you're making a smaller batch, don't use the whole thing, but this freezes really well too. So if you want, you could, you know, make a whole big batch and then freeze a bunch of it so you have it ready to go. You're not oh good. Some people are like, ew. There's so whatever's wrong with cans, I don't know. It just makes life easy. So the green chilies you saw, I just threw the whole thing in. Oh, I forgot to open the Rotel. Let's get that opened up because that goes in whole also. And then the beans you're gonna want to rinse. Use my, oh yes, you did make a bunch of salsa, didn't you? Yeah, you're amazing with canning stuff. I've never made canned salsa. My mother-in-law makes really good salsa, but we don't can it because like we eat it in like, you know, within a couple minutes of it being at our house. So the Rotel goes right into whole. Now the beans, like I just said, you want to rinse them. So this thing is really handy because look, everything goes right through. Now what you can, if you like, you got to rinse off all that, like, I don't know what it is on them, but you just want to rinse it off. So this is 1 can of cannelli. So actually I'm gonna do this with these because usually like 1 can of the beans that I'm putting in, usually the cannelli I do, or the Great Northern, you kind of have to mush them up. So it helps thicken the what is this, the chili. So I just take it in my hand like this, can you see that? And kind of mush